What's going on, everybody? Jordan. And today I'm bringing you some gameplay with the Ferrari 512 TR, which I believe stands for Testarossa, if I'm not mistaken. But I'll start with just, look at the way I'm just blowing past these dudes. This is the very first time I've ever raced this car. And just listen to the sound it's making. Sexy 12-cylinder. Amazing sounding car. So like I said, this is the first time I've ever used it. You know, the way I like to play these games, I've said it before, but I like to start out with all the weaker cars first, the slower cars, the you know, not very fast cars, the cars with bad handling, you know, like the really low class cars. The way this game's set up, if you guys haven't played this game before, you haven't played Forza before, each car has a particular class. Starting with, I want to say D is the starting class, and that's a really bad car, and then it goes to C, and then B, and then A, and then I believe it goes to S, I think, and then there's R4, R3, and then there's, I believe there's R4, R3, R2, R1, and then I think X is Indy cars on this game. I'm not sure, or maybe there's a U in there somewhere also, but there's a bunch of different classes, and I always start with the lowest ones first, and the reason is because once I get to cars like this, then I'm just very, very, I mean, you know, look how far ahead of all the other cars I am. I'm gonna do a little in-dash cam here, just because I felt like the car was good enough that I could do it. And I mean, these are just crazy. You know, to come into a race like this, and to use this car for the very first time, and to just be doing this kind of work is crazy. In fact, I even thought about putting up the difficulty. Sorry if my audio is sputtering a little here, if I sound kind of off. There's something going on with my Xbox, and it's it's not recording. Like it keeps stopping, and it's taking forever to download stuff, and I don't really know what's going on. So hopefully the audio is not too bad here, but if I sound kind of weird for a second, that's what it is. But I mean, you know, all the driving that I've done so far, you slowly use faster and faster cars, and faster, and then you get to something like this. Now, I will say this is not the fastest car I've used. Like that. I mean, I don't know what's going on. This is not the fastest car I've used. However, as far as best combination of speed and handling, it's the best car I've used by far. And you can tell by how just ridiculously far ahead of everybody I am. I mean, this is really out of control. Normally, I'm struggling to keep up with the cars, and I usually get to, you know, I get toward the end of the race, and, you know, I start to make some passes, barely, and only after racing flawlessly for a couple laps am I able to even come close. But I mean, as you see here, if you look down my little thing in the corner, there's no one even close. Like, I could totally eat it and crash and not rewind and just keep going, and I'd be totally fine. I mean, I'm way ahead of everybody. Way ahead of everybody. And like I said, very first time ever using this car. So, I mean, I don't know what the deal was. Had a couple choices for cars in this series. Ferrari GTO, which I was about to use until I saw the price was $370,000. Not so much. But it was this one, which is the 91 Testarossa. I think it's a 512 Testarossa. It's a flat 12, which is kind of cool. Two 6 cylinders, flat 6s side by side.